At Teach for Bangladesh, our theory of change begins with a belief that lasting change starts with people who lead with courage and empathy. We recruit compassionate leaders from diverse backgrounds who dreams of a Bangladesh where every children can learn, grow, and discover their full potential, where every children are curious about the world and move through it with awareness and agency. But challenges arise when students like Sumaya face hardship and school closure due to heat waves and floods, and they do not understand the underlying causes behind these weather events. Once Sumaya asked her teacher, "Did I do anything wrong that I have to suffer like this? Why did people make this earth so warm?" According to UNICEF, Bangladesh is one of the most vulnerable countries in the world, and its children are among the most at risk anywhere. In 2024, thousands of schools across Bangladesh were forced to close due to an extreme heat wave, disrupting the learning of millions of children. To address such harsh reality and the questions of our students, we have embedded climate education and leadership initiatives to our fellowship program since 2023. We train our fellows to integrate climate education into their regular classroom practices, empowering students who are often least to contribute while suffers most from the effects of climate change. Our fellows guide the students to understand about environment and climate. And students take this learning beyond their classroom into their community through their climate resilient actions. This is the power of our theory of change. Leadership begins in classroom, but its impact ripples outward. Our initiative, started as a small piloting project in 2023, has now turned into a national movement. To date, 120 Teach for Bangladesh Climate Fellows have reached over 12,000 students and over 15,000 parents and caregivers, fostering classrooms and community rooted in climate justice.
When fellows complete their 2-year journey, they don't stop. 43 former climate fellows and 41 other alumni are now directly or indirectly leading climate initiatives across Bangladesh, designing programs, influencing curriculum, and driving for systemic change. We have also developed contextualized learning materials and run student-led campaigns. Sumaya and her peers created fans using waste plastics to cool their classrooms. We also produced a climate impact documentary and engaged policymakers from the national curriculum and textbook board to promote the integration of climate education into the system at every stage: recruitment, fellowship, and alumni leadership. Climate resilience continues to grow, nurtured by student leaders who cultivate change from the ground up. Beyond classrooms and alumni leadership, we have deeply embedded climate education into our organizational DNA. We have cultivated a culture where every staff member engages in continuous climate learning to ensure that awareness and action are anchored across all teams and functions. We have also forged strategic partnerships and engaged dedicated funding from organizations such as United Ideas to strengthen this work. Together, these efforts have positioned Teach for Bangladesh as a learning organization, one that not only delivers climate education, but lives it every day through its values, practices, and collaboration. Today, Sumaya is more curious about her surroundings. She dreams of building a green school and a climate resilient community. She wants to be a smart and curious young farmer. And as we look ahead, we know this is only the beginning. We envision further building a sustainable ecosystem through education, awareness, and collective action to support all students in shaping their lived reality.
Since 2023, embedding climate education into every step of our fellowship has allowed us to turn classroom into catalysts,
Students into leaders
and vision into action
across Bangladesh. How might your organization embed climate education and leadership into its core work, not as something separate, but as essential to advancing your mission